Hey guys, so welcome to module 14 of the course. This is going to be inbound and outbound lead generation, so let's jump into it. The contents of this module are going to be what is the difference between inbound and outbound lead generation and how do we encourage both? So to start off with, what is the difference? Inbound leads are those that come to you and outbound leads are those that you actively go out and generate yourself. Inbound leads tend to be generated by the presence you established. So in the case of LinkedIn, what we're trying to build up is by posting valuable, informative content. You guys should already have started doing that yourselves already. Inbound can take slightly longer than outbound. Obviously, as you build your professional brand and increase authority, your inbound lead count will increase, but they are warmer and more familiar with your brand, so a higher closing potential. Basically what this means is with inbound leads, you have to be patient because it's going to take a while until people start coming to you for basically questions about your service. They're only going to come to you when you have established your professional brand and they perceive you to be an authority and they're in the position to buy. So that's that. And then in terms of outbound leads, so these are the ones which require some active targeting. In this case, a combination of manual and automatic outreach to targeted lead lists we will build in Sales Navigator in the next phase of the course. So just a note with this as well. Another difference between outbound and inbound is with outbound, you can target them more specifically. So the people that you're going to get, some people say that they are higher quality. But if your content marketing is on point and you are appealing to a certain demographic, a certain type of audience, your inbound leads should actually be as high quality as outbound. So that's just something that people say as a difference. But if you have your professional brand sort of defined and you're appealing to a certain audience, it shouldn't really be an issue for you. But instead of choosing in between them, I think using a combination of both, from doing outbound lead generation, your inbound will come naturally from your presence that we're going to be building from your content strategy. So yeah, that's a difference. In terms of how we can encourage both of them, so I'm going to start with how we encourage inbound, then I'll move on to how we encourage outbound shortly afterwards. In terms of inbound, so by building our professional brand, this is mainly going to be through valuable content that you're going to be sharing, whether it's articles, posts, if they see testimonials that you have, your profile, like it's everything that you have which is visible and available for somebody to see on LinkedIn is going to add to the overall picture of you and help you sort of drive them towards becoming an inbound lead when they are ready to purchase, or whether you even make them aware that they do need your service if they didn't know beforehand. So that's the first point. In terms of the second point, engagement with your audience, whether it's on your posts or theirs. So obviously it's really, really important to engage with everybody that likes or sort of responds to your posts, but it's also good if you can engage with other people's content as well. So this could be within groups or on your main feed. If people are posting and you feel like you could provide value, maybe answer a question, it's not just selfless. Obviously it's going to help that person directly, but then anybody else who is exposed to that post is going to see your name. And if you're providing valuable insights, those people are going to check you out and they could be more inbound leads or new connections that weren't aware of who you were before just because of that comment that you made on somebody's post. So that's really important. The third point on how we encourage inbound leads is content curation as well as creation. So just before I explain the rest of the point, the difference between curation and creation. Curation is where it's not your original content, it's somebody else's content and you then share that, but you add your own insight. So for example, I could share somebody's article and then above the article I have my own insight and I say like, hey guys, I found XYZ point very interesting. From my perspective, I think XYZ, the following article really explains it. I hope you guys find it valuable, whatever. You can either share it directly to your main feed or with your prospects that you're engaging with through your messaging. So content curation as well as creation. The benefit of this is that people will trust you more so because you're actually sharing other people's posts alongside your own. So it shows that it's not just for selfish reasons, but to genuinely provide value. Obviously, if you're just sharing your own content all the time, you are gonna show yourself as an authority. But if you're sharing other people's content that you have chosen and picked out that you know will help your either entire audience through your main feed or the specific person that you're sending that article or piece of information to, you're showing that you care about them gaining value, whether it's from yourself directly or somebody else. So it helps them trust you more because you're not just self-promoting, you're actually promoting any content that's of value. So that's everything for how we encourage inbound lead generation. In terms of outbound, leads. Number one is through implementing an outreach strategy using a messaging funnel. I'm going to help you build a messaging funnel over the next few modules, especially in the next phase of the course, phase 5, which is going to be stepping up your lead generation. We're going to have an automated messaging funnel and also the manual messaging funnel, which we'll be covering shortly over the next few modules of this phase. So implementing the outreach strategy using a messaging funnel is really going to help you create a structure for your LinkedIn marketing and make sure that you are able to generate consistent leads and figure out your numbers and stats from how many messages you're sending out a day and how many people you're interacting with and getting responses from. Number 2 for increasing and encouraging outbound is a combination of manual and targeted outreach. So as I kind of just briefly mentioned, manual outreach is going to be what we're covering in this phase, so phase 4. The targeted outreach is going to be what we do with the automation, which we'll be covering in phase 5. And using those two together is really going to give you a combination of reach and also personalization. We'll be covering more of that in later modules. Number 3 is using video outreach to create a stronger, more personalized interaction. Again, there's going to be a whole module covering how to do video outreach later on in the course, but video is really just a step up. It's something that a lot of people maybe are a bit lazy towards. They don't put in the extra effort. They just send out automated messages and wait for the leads to come in and the sales to start running through. But video outreach really is personal. It shows that you've taken the time to go out of your way and either do a quick video audit showing their website, whatever you want to teach them with value, and also it's helping them connect with you as a human being because they can see not only your body language, your tone of voice, and also listen to the context, so the content of the words that you're saying. Lastly, for encouraging outbound is having a daily workflow to follow. At the very end of this course, the very last phase, you're going to basically find a few videos which are going to help you with your organization. Now, there's going to be a whole spreadsheet which you guys can use to completely organize your LinkedIn system in terms of your lead generation marketing approach. So having a daily workflow, that will be included at the very end of the course, and that's really going to help you tie together everything else that we've been learning, that I've been teaching you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this module, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.